What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Zay back here with another video, and today we have something a little different. We're not reacting to a song, we're reacting to the history of cloud rap. And the video, it doesn't say history in the video, it just says the most forgotten subgenre, which is cloud rap. So we're gonna be taking a look into that. And cloud rap has a lot of great artists like Young Lean. Who else? I'm trying to think. I can't think of it right now at the top of my head. I literally just listened to somebody the other day. But we're gonna get into it in this video. They're probably gonna talk about some of the greats. But make sure y'all like and subscribe if y'all haven't already. Camera is mad blurry. Hold on. It's mad blurry. I'm trying to get this shit right. Alright, make sure y'all like and subscribe if y'all haven't already. And get your drink, get your AZ. Come on. Got my AZ in the cut. Let's get into the motherfucking video. Let's do it. Alright, y'all, let's get into it.
Cloud rap is one of hip-hop's many subgenres that has a ton of hidden gems and is often overlooked by most hip-hop fans. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what cloud rap is, how the genre started, who the main influences were in evolving the sound, and how and why it eventually died out. Cloud rap is a subgenre of hip-hop most similar to trap, known for its unusual mixing style to give off a floaty, relaxed sound. Cloud rap started gaining traction thanks to
clouds.
and
Get it, cloud rap
in the late 2000s, but the first traces of cloud rap can be dated all the way back to 2001 with experimental hip-hop group Cloud Dead's early work. All of Cloud Dead's singles were compiled onto this one self-titled mixtape, which you can check out on YouTube if you want. It's interesting to see how cloud rap sounded in its early days, but the genre really evolved for the better over time, so you're not really...
Wait, what was it? Cloud Dead. Hold on, let's go listen to the song. Let's go listen to the song. This is the early sound. This is the early cloud rap. Look, it feels like you're floating, bro. Like it feels like you're floating. Holy shit. What is this? Holy hell, bro. Imagine this sampled, bro. Start rapping.
Making up Miss Boba Fett as I go along, rejecting the truth.
Bro, this. Oh my gosh, bro. Alright, let's back to the video. Let's back to the video.
YouTube if you want. It's interesting to see how cloud rap sounded in its early days, but the genre really evolved for the better over time, so you're not really missing out on much if you don't listen to this. Another pioneer of the genre worth mentioning is Viper. A lot of you might have heard of Viper from his huge discography of over 1,500 albums, his questionable album covers, or his hit song, Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack. He started releasing music in 2003 under the name Lee Dog, but began to blow up in 2008 after Y'all Cowards got over 3 million views on YouTube. If you have a busy life and can't afford to listen to 1,500 albums, you're in luck, because hardcore Viper fans who have done that compiled a 2-hour compilation of all of his best songs and uploaded it to Apple Music and Spotify earlier this year. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but I know a lot of people are, so I'd listen to at least a couple of his songs, just see if you like it and keep it in mind. Now coming back to Lil B, this is when cloud rap really started to evolve. I could make an entire video on this guy, but the main project that made him start to blow up was his 2009 album Six Kiss, produced by Clams Casino. Lil B's rapping style was very unique, with lighthearted yet inspiring lyrics and a very charismatic personality that just made him impossible not to like. Clams Casino's production was also extremely unique, using looped samples of female singers on top of weirdly mixed trap beats, creating a distinctive floaty atmosphere. This was unlike anything that had come out beforehand, receiving critical acclaim from music review websites and inspiring other artists to start making music of this genre. This album also had the song I'm God on it, which is widely known as the first cloud rap masterpiece. The beat on this song is one of the most heavenly things I've ever heard.
Clams Casino will always have beats like that.
Lil B was also the one who created the name for this genre when he...
Okay, look. If you ever go listen to that Clams Casino album where I'm God was on, the original one, you will literally find so many of these things that were sampled from this album. Like, I literally heard so many songs listening to just that album from the underground. It's crazy. But it's just crazy that you can use that kind of stuff.
He showed an interviewer a CGI image of a castle in the clouds and said, "That's the kind of music I want to make." Ever since then, all music that falls into this category has been coined with the name cloud rap. Also, it's worth mentioning Lil B invented the term based, which means being yourself and not caring what others think of you to carry yourself with swagger. This term is now heavily used on the internet, showing Lil B's influence not only in music, but also internet culture as a whole. After working with Lil B on some more music, Clams Casino found another artist to work with. One that would go on to have an extremely successful career, working with artists like Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye, and more. That artist was ASAP Rocky. Clams Casino was impressed by Rocky's work on Peso and Purple Swag, both produced by the ASAP Mob, and decided to reach out to him online. Peso was the first cloud rap song to actually hit mainstream, so Clams Casino saw this as a huge opportunity. It turns out Rocky was already a big fan of his production, so they worked very well together. Clams sent over a couple beats for Rocky to rap on, and the song Demons was created. From there, they went on to make Palace, Bass, Leaf, and What's Up together, which all ended up on Rocky's first mixtape, Live Love ASAP. While the ASAP Mob was creating their own wave in New York, many miles south, 5 cousins from Florida formed their own group and had a similar idea. This was the birth of Raider Clan, consisting of Dodo Da Don, Kadifi, Mooney Jr., Jit, and the founder, Space Ghost Perp. In 2010, Jit passed away, which caused Space Ghost Perp to start taking music seriously, moving up to New York to work with the ASAP Mob. This went very well at first. They made a bunch of music together, and Space Ghost Perp even had a couple of features on Rocky's debut mixtape, but eventually Raider Clan and ASAP Mob started having conflicts. I'm not going to go into too many details here because I know there's already a bunch of videos on the internet that talk about this beef, but many of the Raider Clan members started accusing ASAP members of biting their style, and SGP even accused Rocky of stealing his lyrics for his 2012 single Gold. Rocky and Space Ghost Perp obviously stopped working on music together, which really sucks because they were a great duo, but they both continued to release their own music separately, building up 2 very impressive discographies. Raider Clan kept expanding, recruiting rappers such as Denzel Curry, Black Cray, Chris Travis, and many more. While all this was happening in America, one teenager from Sweden saw what Lil B, ASAP Rocky, and Space Ghost Perp were doing and wanted to hop in on this cloud rap wave. This was the birth of Young Lean. Young Lean and his producers Young Good and Young Sherman put their own spin on cloud rap, creating their own group, Sad Boys. Young Lean started gaining a lot of traction in 2013 with his song Ginseng Strip 2002, which now has over 63 million views on YouTube. People loved Young Lean because of his unorthodox lyrics, his sort of joking approach to rap, and the fact that he was just some 15-year-old kid that came out of nowhere and started dropping bangers. The next year, Young Lean dropped his debut mixtape Unknown Death 2002, mainly produced by Young Good and Young Sherman of Sad Boys. This album received...
Young Lean has some of the best music, bro. Like, oh my gosh,
many of these songs serve no greater purpose than something to get the press and royalty to, both for Young Lean and his fans. The end result of his sad boy persona is a debut mixtape that showcases promising producers, a versioning micro-genre, and a rapper confused about how good he might be. But there was a group of people who loved this project, and that would keep Young Lean releasing more and more projects throughout the years. However, Sad Boys wasn't the only group from Sweden making this style of music. At the same time that all this was happening, another group consisting of rappers Blade, Echo 2K, Tyboy Digital, and producers Young Sherman, yes, he was in both groups, and White Armor formed to make GTBSG, or Gravity Boy's Shield Gang, which is now more commonly known as Drain Gang. Since Young Lean was already good friends with Blade's brother, they very quickly started collaborating together, with Young Lean being featured on one of Blade's songs on the GTBSG compilation, and Blade being featured twice on Unknown Death 2002. Blade went on to release his first mixtape, Glue, in 2014, and it was a huge hit among people who were already a fan of Lean's work. The mixtape was mainly produced by White Armor, who in my opinion is the greatest to ever do it when it comes to making cloud rap beats. He's produced majority of the beats for Drain Gang, a bunch of stuff for Young Lean, and tons of other random collabs, while his beats all still have something special and unique about them. Fast forward to 2022, Blade has strayed further and further away from the pure cloud rap sound. He's kept cloud rap elements in most of his albums, but I don't know if I would consider stuff like Ice Dancer and Red Light 100% cloud, and stuff like Crest and Good Luck is very far from it. The same thing happened with Young Lean. His two recent projects wouldn't be considered cloud rap at all. ASAP Rocky used a fair bit of cloud elements in Long Live and At Long Last ASAP, with a bunch of songs being produced by Clams Casino, but they still wouldn't be considered 100% cloud rap, and Testing is even further from that title. So this just begs the question, why did cloud rap die out? I think the main reason was because the genre was running out of creative and original things to do. Artists like ASAP Rocky were able to become much more successful by merging cloud elements with other genres to capture the psychedelic floaty feeling while still being able to do new things with the music. This happened with Playboi Carti as well. In Abundance was 100% cloud rap, but Carti didn't actually start gaining traction until he took those cloud elements and put his own spin on them for his self-titled mixtape. Songs like Locations still captured the wavy, levitating sound while doing something new with the music. Lil B has been credited by most modern rappers as being influential in their careers, including Kendrick Lamar, Playboi Carti, Chief Keef, Diddy, Uzi, Wiz Khalifa, Young Thug, Chance the Rapper, E40, Lil Yachty, Metro Boomin, Tyler the Creator, Earl Sweatshirt, Juicy J, and many, many more. Danny Brown even said that Lil B is the David Bowie of hip-hop in an interview. Space Ghost Perp started the whole goth aesthetic in rap, which influenced Goth Money Records, Lil Peep, Suicide Boys, and more. Odd Future, Playboi Carti, Travis Scott, XXXTentacion, and many more rappers have credited SGP for paving the way for the underground, but due to some of the things he's said and done, he isn't supported by any of them. He also really paved the way for rappers that use their voice as an instrument, with tapes like Blackland Radio not putting too much emphasis on the lyrics, but rather just using his vocals to complement the amazing production. And Young Lean changed the game with his stylized, drug-worshipping, depressed-sounding.
It's crazy how it all started off from like one thing, and then it just spread into this, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just the way, I don't know. This is just heat, bro.
Music influencing artists like Lil Uzi Vert, XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, Travis Scott, and more. So in the end, although
it's like a family tree, it's like boom, 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 boom,
a lot of its elements still live on in hip hop today, and a lot of the artists that we have today would not exist if it wasn't for these guys that paved the way. Now I'm gonna go over some recommendations for getting into the genre if you haven't already. Easily the best starting point is Live Love ASAP. This is one of the best cloud rap tapes ever created. It's super accessible, and you'll probably already recognize a couple of songs on here. From there, if you're looking to get into Lil B, God's Father mixtape is his best work. A bit on the longer side with a runtime just under 2 hours, but I promise it's worth it because every song sounds great and I still get nostalgic when I listen to it. If you like God's Father and want more Lil B, check out these. Next, Space Ghost Perp. Larry Bird Season is his best work. Check it out, the intro track is just phenomenal. I also briefly went over that Raider Clan started recruiting some more rappers after the ASAP mob beef, and some of those guys actually made really good stuff. Black Trey is a cloud rap essential. Check out 700 Degrees and Crack Clouds Over Art's Kitchen. His voice does take some time to get used to, but when it clicks, it's great. Chris Travis was also a member of Raider Clan, and although he's still dropping music today, one of his mixtapes outshines all the rest, and that's
so tough, bro.
Listen to it now. I haven't listened to a ton of Xavier Wolf, but he's definitely worth mentioning, and I would start with Bloodshore Season 1. Great tape. That obviously isn't everyone in Raider Clan that dropped music, but those are just some of the highlights. Lil Peep gets a lot of hate on the internet these days, but I honestly think he's pretty great. Check out Hellboy and Lil Peep Part 1. Bones is also a very solid artist. Check out Paid Programming too. Blade and Drain Gang is a literal goldmine. Every album is amazing and they all get better with every listen. For Blade, listen to these 5 songs and then whichever one you like best, listen to that album. But just be warned, once you fall down the rabbit hole, there is no escaping. I went from his music is okay, the production's pretty good, but his vocals sound boring and uninspired, to literally having him being my most played artist of all time. Echo 2K's best work is not even cloud rap, it's more like art pop, but I don't care. Listen to E. It's a 10 out of 10 album. Tyboy is great too. Check out Tiger. Shadow Silence has one of the hardest beat drops ever. Young Lean has a lot of great work as well. My favorite from him is Warlord, but I'd also listen to Stranger to get a feel for all his different styles. And lastly, if you really want to get into the weird side of things, listen to Early Works Bootleg by Yabujin. This is a pretty good project, but do not get associated with the Yabujin fanbase, they're crazy. Obviously, there's a ton of more cloud rap artists that I'm not mentioning, but these are just what I consider to be the essentials. Once you've listened to these, go on Rate Your Music, do some digging, and have fun. There's a lot of good stuff to be found. If there's anything I left out, make sure to let me know in the comments. I'd love to get some more cloud rap recommendations from you guys. I'm back to bi-weekly uploads on YouTube now, so if this is the first video from me that you're seeing and you...
That is crazy. Make sure I go subscribe to him. Like, that's crazy. Make sure I subscribe to me too. I ain't gonna lie. Make sure I subscribe to him and me type shit. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. As you can see, we took a deep dive into the cloud rap. It's just crazy. It's a crazy genre. It's a crazy ass, crazy history. Everything's crazy, and it's crazy how it's kind of the birth of certain things. But yeah, it's fire. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, drop a comment. Let's see. If you want to check out any of these cloud projects, just put in the comments which one you want to check out. We can compare. It'll be fire. But yeah, have a great night.